Hello, welcome. I'm just waiting for people to jump on here. Usually don't do these in the middle of the day. Hello, how are you? Welcome if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. So today we're gonna do Scorpio new moon energies. If you guys would like to ask a question, it's a $5.55 donation. The reason I picked that is because Scorpio is all about change. Look at my frizzy hair. This is nuts. But yeah, I'm going to be discussing the energies for the Scorpio new moon. And so, yeah, Scorpio is all about death and rebirth, guys. We're being asked by the universe to, let old parts of us die. Old like ego patterns, old behaviors, old structures, old paradigms, old templates. We're being asked to transform like this because the universe is trying to bring in the new for us for 2020. So Scorpio is very, very, very much about death and rebirth cycles. I'm actually a Scorpio sun and a Scorpio ascending or Scorpio rising. So even though I'm of this sign, the energy it can be extremely heavy. Hello, welcome. But today, yeah, I'm doing a Scorpio and new moon energy reading. Just to help everybody like kind of like navigate like what's coming in, what may be coming up, challenges that you may face during this time, and like kind of like just what to expect and like how to navigate. Because Scorpio energy is intense, I'm a Scorpio myself, like I said, and like there's even times that I'm like, wow, I'm very intense. And like I said, I'm a double Scorpio. So Scorpio sun and Scorpio rising. So there's even times where I'm like very intense and I'm like, geez. So, the energy here is definitely going to come in like a wave, like a big wave of extreme. That's another quality of Scorpio is like extremes. Okay. So hi Laura, how you doing, sweetheart? Um Welcome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so like I said, Scorpio energy can be very intense and very big feeling, mostly because it deals a lot with, like I said, like extreme. So very light and very dark. Um, Scorpio energy is all about like the shadow side. Okay. So, the, when as human beings, when there's anything that's involved with the shadow side or like anything that has to be examined in the shadows, as humans we're just like naturally tentative about. I have to take the sweater off. We're just naturally like tentative about like traveling into the shadows because, like, let's face it, it can be scary. Okay, it can be scary to like walk into the dark blindly. And that's essentially like what Scorpio energy is asking you to do, is to examine the energies that are in the shadow part of you. Okay, it's the things unseen or uncovered. And it can be overwhelming, like very much. It can be very intense, very overwhelming. But I did do like a short little like channeled message. um Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's so sweet. I've moved so many times, Laura, and I got to tell you, like, literally, like, that your friend has to be so grateful and appreciative. Like, that is like the nicest feeling, like, when your friends, like, all like help to move in. Like, I literally thank the universe for my friends who've done that because, oh my God, it's just so much work to move. And it's like, not even just so much work, it's just so stressful. And, like, literally, one of the stressful things in life. And especially like during this time. So, give your friend my love, because man, that's yeah, she's got a lot going on, especially like I said with these the Scorpio energies for the new moon. But yeah, moving is just tough. Like I don't wish it on anybody. But change is good. That's Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, she's super busy. Yeah, absolutely. And so that's another thing about Scorpio energy. Thank you for saying that. See? The universe speaks through you guys all the time. So I love when you guys are in here chatting with me. But change is coming, guys. Like the winds of change are coming. And Scorpio is going to urge you to change. Okay. This is like a very monumental time for change for everybody. And like I said, it's like beliefs, patterns, templates, paradigms, people in your circle, places, jobs, attitudes. Um, Scorpios are known for like reinventing themselves. Okay. So this is a time to like reinvent, something that you may have been trying to bring to fruition for the last few months. Now is literally, and I keep seeing like mirror numbers like 616. Then I saw like 515 every time I look. And this has literally been like my last week. Every time I like look at the clock or something, it's like 212, 212, or I mean it's just 919. I just keep seeing these numbers. It's crazy. Every time like I look up. So anyways, oh my gosh. Laura, okay, so I don't know if you guys know. Laura, yeah, I actually did. I went to Sedona. I visited one of the energy vortexes in Sedona, Arizona, Bell Rock, which, oh my gosh, it was beautiful, like absolutely stunning. I really wanted to do a reading there, but I was with my brother, and there was like a lot of people there. Yeah, you got the repeating numbers too. Yeah, this is definitely like I, what I'm getting from spirit is like it's the opening to a gateway. Okay, we are literally coming into, like I said, like a time of change. Okay, and it is literally we are entering like a portal. Okay, and we do have an energetic portal coming up on November 11th, 11/11. Okay, and so like I said, this is definitely a time when we are ushering in big changes. Okay, big changes, like I said, like in ourselves, in our environments, in our social circles. It could be job, career, whatever. But yeah, the energy vortex in Sedona was amazing. And the one I visited, I looked it up. There's 3 vortexes, and they all have like different qualities. Like there's balanced energy vortex, which has a balance of the yin and the yang energy. So that's masculine and feminine. Cathedral, Cathedral Rock, which we did go by, but we weren't able to go all the way up. And again, like these are national sites. So like a lot of people. And so that's why I chose to not do a reading, because it was just there wasn't really a place either to like really like sit down either. It was like very like, very dry, very dusty. And just it was about 95 degrees there with like literally like 8% humidity. So I mean, we like walked up to Bell Tower, and we my brother's a Scorpio too, and we're just like fly by the seat of our pants. So we literally parked the car, got out with no water. We just took our phones, and we were like literally dying of thirst. So and it's dangerous out there, like you can't be without water, because like passing out, especially like in a place like that, is not good. So I did get, oh, I was so excited. I did get because there was like a shop like right up the street. So this is like the one thing I wanted when I went to Sedona, because it's energetically charged. So I did get a brand new deck of tarot cards, and these are just gorgeous. It's called, let me grab the box. It's Illuminated Tarot. Hold on one second. Yes. This is like gorgeous. And it's crazy because like the texture, I don't know if you guys can like see it kind of, but it's like fabric-y or something. Like, and the cards feel like that too. They're just, I literally like just absolutely like love this deck. Like right away, I just resonated with it. And what's cool about this deck is it's only 53 cards. So like a regular deck of playing cards, but they double duty some of them. Let me just show you. Okay. So this is like the 5 of clubs, which actually equals the 5 of wands. Okay, but this also doubles as like the devil card. Devil energy. And then we have, okay, so the 8 of hearts, which would be the 8 of cups, but this also doubles as the moon card. That's what I just love it. It's just so creative. Um, I just really just the 5 of diamonds, which is the 5 of pentacles, and this doubles also as the hierophant. I just love that they were like creative enough to do this. Like I just, like I said, and the artwork is just stunning. I mean, like look at this, like how pretty, and it has like this very like folky, and the cards even feel like textured like that. So I'm incorporating these into the reading today as well. I will include the description in the whatchamacallit, the description below, or the, decks used in the description below. So anyways, so let me get to the reading here. I did actually grab a really beautiful crystal, and I'll show you guys like later. I won't make you wait for me to go like get that crystal unless you really want to see it. But anyways, it's angel aura crystal, and it was just beautiful. I grabbed that from Sedona too, as well as like a brand new sage. And I mean, like this sage is like gigantic, and it was like, and I've already burned so much of this thing down, but it was actually like super cheap. It was like $8, where I normally get ones like this that are like 13. I mean, it's just crazy. So anyways, I was just very, very excited to like pick up, and then I brought home rocks, like a ton of rocks. My suitcase was 50 pounds when I checked it, and the lady was like, "What do you have in here, rocks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." Like I literally brought home soil from Sedona, like and it's like you literally could walk in. I have chills. You can walk into Bell Rock, like the vicinity, and that one is Yang energy. So it was very. I know, isn't it a great deck, Laura? Bell Rock was like you were like I was buzzing. Like my fingers got tingly. I have goosebumps talking about it. It was so beautiful. Like if you guys want to see some really beautiful pictures, check out my Instagram account, Goddess to Goodness on Instagram. I'm also on Snapchat. I shared a bunch there. But excuse me. Yeah, and guys, on my photos, I did not use a single filter or anything. It was just literally natural, beautiful light. I mean, the energy there was just so, I can't even like articulate it. It was just, I don't know. It was out of this world. If you haven't had the chance, please go. It was like breathtaking. My brother and I were just literally like looking at, and we just kept saying it. We're like, this is like majestic. It's just magnificent. The energy is just beautiful. And what is really cool is that even my brother was like, he's not like, I mean, he's spiritual, but he's spiritual, but he's a little more, like laid back about things. But he was like, this is like amazing. It's like literally a once in a lifetime thing. And I like said to my brother, and I haven't seen him in a couple of years, like, and we just went on so many adventures, but I'm like, literally, my heart is like, we drove in and I actually like teared up because it was like just really just overwhelmingly beautiful. So if you guys ever get the chance, please go. And I will actually share like an album of photos on my Goddess to Goodness Facebook page. So if you do, because even just like looking at the photos, you're still calling in that energy. Okay. And so I will share the pictures of Bell Rock. And I did get a couple of Cathedral Rock, which are yin energy, and it was like right across. But by that, it was like starting to get dark and like whatever. But that is like next time I go, I'm going to go visit that one too. And then there's the Airport Mesa one, which was like an hour, like about like 45 minutes before the other two. But like we had these, in our mind to get there first. So anyways, All right, let's start this reading, guys. So we are talking about the Scorpio new moon and the energies that are surrounding it. So what's coming in, what's going to challenge us, what's going to support us during this new moon, okay? And so I call in my archangels, my spirit team, my ascended masters, my ancestors, and Daku, Misha, and Hera, who are my animal spirit guides. Okay. They were my animal guides. They were my loving, loving pets for years and years and years in life. And literally, like, they helped me through some of like the roughest parts of my life. And I just know for a fact that they are my animal guides on the other side. So that's exactly why I call them in. Because there's like no love. There's just like that is like the purest love. You know what I mean? Like it really is. Animals and animals most definitely. That's just like such a pure love there. Okay, so all right, so spirit. Which deck? Okay, they want me to start with. I'm starting with my deck. It's the Pillars of Light Oracle. Okay, this one is 78 cards. If you guys are interested, all the information is in the description box below. They can be used by themselves or in tandem with a tarot deck to clarify. Okay, so Spirit, what are the current energetic themes right now for the Scorpio new moon, please? Okay. But yeah, so if you guys get the chance to go to Sedona, oh my gosh, if that's like the one thing you do in like a year, just go do that. It's I can't even, like, I literally just can't even like explain like how amazing it is. Okay. All right. I like these. Okay. And Spirit, do I want any more in this deck right now? Yep, we're gonna go for 3 more. 2 more, please. 1 more. Okay. All right. So, my lovelies, love it. Okay. So, our first card to come up is Confidence. All right. And I don't know if you can read what's on the sign there. It says, I always face and conquer my fear. Okay. So, again, like I said, we talked about Scorpio energy being the light in the dark, it's intense or whatever. This is literally like Phoenix energy. Okay. And I did talk about this. All right. In the little channeling video that I did, like I don't know, 5 this morning or something, whenever I like was woken up. But this is, and what I love, like, is like this card pops up and there's fire in the background. Okay, so really, like, guys, this is about facing, facing that fear. And when I say like the fear is usually like the shadow aspect of us. What's in our shadows is what we're fearful of. What we're fearful of is what keeps us in lack. It's literally what keeps us from receiving. Okay. It's what keeps us from allowing. Okay. What the universe is asking right now is to go inside. Okay. Go within. And they want you to like soften that fear. Okay. Because this is about building confidence. This is about like literally like Phoenix rising energy. Okay. So this is about conquering new territory. Okay, you might not see what's through the fire, but the point is like you you gotta like soften the stance in regards to fear in order to go through. Like, um, how can I explain this? So when we operate from a place of fear, we are resisting. Okay, and whatever like when we are fearful of something or fearful to like take a step or to take a leap or take the plunge or whatever, and then we're like wondering like, well, like, where's whatever we're trying to manifest? The universe is trying to tell you like you have to like soften that a little bit, because taking the plunge and going through, like, working through the fear, and it's about being compassionate with yourself as well. Soften doesn't mean like being super hardcore and being like, well, no, just do it anyways. No, it's literally about being like compassionate with yourself. Okay, because scorpionic energy can be very intense, very, very, very intense. And if you don't navigate it properly, there is a there is a good chance that you can be like very hard on yourself where you don't have to be at all. Like spirit actually does not want you to be hard on yourself. Spirit actually is asking you to like soften and be compassionate with yourself, okay? Because again, when we beat ourselves up, you know, in ways and we're like, oh, I should have done that, or why didn't I do that, or I'm like, again, in that attitude of like lacking, just have confidence that you are doing the right thing, you're on the right path, and that like things are going to work out because you're exactly where you are supposed to be right now, even if it's uncomfortable. And I know that's like not what people like necessarily want to hear, but even the uncomfortable moments, you're literally where you're supposed to be. And sometimes looking at the shadow aspects of ourselves, that scorpionic energy, that is super uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable. But the only way out of the fire, okay, is through. The only way to be reborn into the phoenix is to let those things like die a fiery death. Because once you walk through that wall of fire, everything that doesn't belong to you anymore or you're not supposed to take with you dies in that fire. Okay, and when it's a metaphorical death. This could be ego death, this can be death of relationships that no longer serve, situations that no longer serve. It could be like a job that just there's no more growth. It's like just like a standstill. Okay, spirit doesn't want you to stay in that place. They want you to ascend. They want you to have that rebirth. Okay, they want you to make room for the new stuff that they are trying to bring in for you, okay? Because there will be balance coming in. And again, the yin and the yang, okay, is all about the balancing of the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine energies. Okay, so this is like very, very like, this is a humongous theme right now for the Scorpio new moon. Okay, guys. Um, and right now, what Spirit is saying is like right now, it's things might look dark, but the dawn is coming. Okay, it's and again, it's about trusting that the dawn is on its way. That once you've gone through the darkness, the light will come because that is the universal law. That is just how everything works. There's an ebb, there's a flow, there's a light, there's a dark, there is a positive and a negative, there's a masculine and a feminine, there's the sun and the moon. There's always like its counterpart. Okay. So even though things might look dark right now, the dawn is coming. Okay. So like don't give up. Like, and it's about stepping into that superhero energy. Okay. And it doesn't mean like force, because superheroes don't force. Okay. Superheroes, like, they work with their strengths. Okay. To how can I say this? They work with their strengths in order to bring about what's in the highest good of everybody. Okay, so if you could think of it that way, they don't force. They're not the villains, they're the superheroes. So be the superhero for yourself, okay? And understand that right now, you don't need to force anything. You really, really don't. It's about allowing, okay? And understanding, like being a little soft with yourself, a little softer, and understanding like you don't have to push or force, because the more you push or force something, the more it will resist you. So that's also what soften is talking about here. It's about having the confidence that the universe and that your karmic lessons and that your healing and that your journey is going to bring about what you need. Okay, because you've been doing the work. All right, you don't need to like force or push. Okay, and sometimes, even though like sometimes when we're in that place of like the darkness and not knowing like where it's going, we tend to want to like push or force, and we're like we want to make something happen because we're like we're freaked out and we're unsure and we feel insecure. The best example I can give you, and I'm like being led to share this with you guys. A couple weeks ago, I went with like my two girlfriends to a lake house, and we're on this like paddle boat or whatever, and they're in the front paddling. It's like a foot pedal boat, like a bicycle boat. And so I'm in the back, and we go out, and then we're like, all right, we should turn around and go back to the cabin. So we're coming back, and they're like, why are we not going anywhere? And I'm like, well, we're caught in the current. And I'm like, see, I should have grabbed that paddle. I was like making a joke or whatever. And they're like paddling like super, super, like super fast. And they're like, dude, we're not going anywhere. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, just stop paddling, and we're just going to catch the current, and we're going to get back. Like, it's going to, like, the water is like going, and they're like, no, 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 we're not moving. Oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And they're looking at the water. And if you look at the water, it looked like we were like literally sitting still. But the path to where we had to go was no resistance, okay? No pushing. Once we stopped pedaling, the current literally just started like taking us back towards the cabin. And they're like, no, no, we're not moving. And I'm like, no, we are. I'm like, look at the houses. So as we're like, and then that's when you could visually see us moving in the direction that we needed to be in. Once we caught the current, then they started to paddle, and slower was better. All right. And we did. We got right back to the cabin. But the point is like the more you push for something or try to force, energetically, the energy is going to be repelled and move away. Okay. So right now is the time to just soften and allow the balance to come in. Okay. The balance is coming. All right. And then the last card in this for this deck right here is Smoke and Mirrors and Illusion. So again, it might feel like things are not moving. It might feel like you are not moving or not making any headway or not making any progress, or that things are like stuck. This Scorpionic energy, again, is all about big change. So it might feel that you have been like in a standstill for like the last few months or whatnot, but just understand the big change is coming, because this is the dark before the dawn. You've been doing the work, okay? And you've been on a slow and steady path to change. Well, what happens then is like, then you will be asked to like go into that fiery phoenix death and rebirth cycle where you're going to let go of the old, and it's going to be burnt up into ashes, and you will rise again as the phoenix. And it's like a new, brighter, more fulfilled, more like it's like the majestic version of yourself. It's like literally what you've been working for. It's literally what you've all been working for these last few months. Okay, this new moon is going to bring out that energy, and new moons are meant for manifesting. Okay, so when we manifest, the trick is to manifest and then forget it. Like, don't keep trying to push for the same thing, because then I explained this to a client the other day. When you start trying to manifest, and you're manifesting this, manifesting that, manifesting this, and like you're kind of scattered in your energy, the universe literally has like no idea where your focus is, and they're like, okay, well, we like we're trying to help you. We're trying to help you manifest. We're trying to bring in what you want, but what do you want? So manifest, drop the energy out there, drop the energetic call out to the universe, and make it clear and concise, and then just move on and like start doing your part, like looking for the signs and the opportunities that the universe is going to put in front of you. Okay, because that's also part of the manifestation process. Is it's about recognizing the signs, the synchronicities, the opportunities, and it's about putting them into it's about being confident and like, okay, well, like I never did this before, but here this came up, and it's like just the right timing, or it's like it feels like a sign. Okay, this is literally what's going to bring you into balance. Okay, and like I said, it might feel like things are like up in the air, and like I don't know, like like it's an illusion, or like it just, you're not sure like what things are going to look like in the future. Try try to just trust that what is beyond the smoke and the mirrors is actually going to bring you in the balance, because again, it does fall right under the balance card. Okay, it falls literally like right underneath. So there is balance coming, even though you may have the illusion that like it's not, or that it's slow, or that it's no. Death and rebirth are a process. Okay, and we're all spiritually, metaphorically, we're all going through this right now, okay, in certain ways. All right. So, like I said, just have the confidence in what you've done, and the work that you've done, and in the universe, that what you're trying to bring in is coming to you. Okay. All right. So, Spirit, what are the challenges that we may need to navigate during the Scorpio new moon? What challenges will we need to be navigating during the Scorpio new moon, please? Okay. 3 cards, please. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. In this deck, like I said, they also double some of the cards. So this is also the 4 of Swords, which is also the card of like an action, stepping back, letting, like, it's a death energy, okay, like letting go. So as we're talking about it, on the bottom of the deck, and we also have the Tower, which is the 6 of Wands, though. Okay, 6 of Wands in traditional tarot is all about victory, and all about like being appreciated and recognized. And okay, so after the death, this is the underlying energy of the cards that just flew out, and I will read those in a second. But I love when my guides do this, and these cards are so freaking cool. Anyways, I'm like a 5-year-old. So after the death energy, we do have a Tower coming in, but the Tower is not bad. This is like, because you can see even in this like depiction of the Tower, nothing's toppled over. It's like almost, I get this feeling of like Frankenstein. Okay, so like in the movie, like whatever movie you watch, or in the book or whatever, but like they put Dr. Frankenstein puts Frankenstein. Oh, and we're at Halloween, so this is a perfect story. Anyways, Frankenstein is actually put on like the, I don't know, operating table or slab, or like whatever you want to call it. So then they put him up, like with the wheel or whatever, and it cranks the table up to like, the door in the top of the castle. And the lightning is what gives him life. Now, what's interesting about this, guys, is that Carl Sagan was the first one to say it in the Cosmos, that show like in the 70s about the cosmos. But like Stephen Hawking, these are brilliant, quantum and astrophysicists. But our ingredients as humans is we are made of carbon, primordial ooze, stardust, and electricity. Okay, so that movie, and I'm being like led to like tell you guys this for a reason, because there is going to be like electricity, like put into, like, oh my gosh, there is going to be like electricity, like literally like put into you, to like it's going to like supercharge you on the way to like your new beginning, your rebirth, your phoenix rising. Okay, so again, the death energy is literally like letting go of the old, but it's to bring in this beautiful breakthrough. Okay, because like I said, this is not a Tower moment where it's like scary and like it's going to like topple you over. This is a Tower moment that is literally going to be like a breakthrough and like energize you, and it's going to bring in the new and the positive. Okay, and I'm even being guided to pull this card right here. Yeah, so we have the 6 of Pentacles here, guys. The 6 of Pentacles is literally going to be like an equal give and take between you and the universe. All right, this is going to be, you're going to feel, wow, and that's crazy, you're going to feel like your relationship with the universe is more balanced. okay? And the things that you wanted to balance in your life are going to, like, you're going to feel like these scales like balancing out, okay? And again, that's also like karmic energy, like that will be balancing out for you because you've been doing the work, you've been going through the lessons, you've been, you know, trying to, like I said, like balance the way the hold on one second, guys. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So what comes up in the card that jumped out is, okay. So all right. It's the two of wands here. So this is also about like having like very passionate like conversations, or it could be like a very passionate like meetup or partnership or something like that. It can also be like a discussion where like maybe you're like speaking your truth to somebody, okay? You're like standing up for yourself. Um but honestly, yeah, honestly, I feel like this is like a passionate conversation. This could be the passionate conversation that you have like between like you and your higher self. It could be a passionate conversation that you have with the universe, or this could be like a love interest. Okay. Because the next card here is we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So this can mean in like traditional tarot, like standing your ground, but this also comes in as the Sun card here. Okay. And so for me, what this means is like it's you've been doing the work, like you've been really hardcore in doing your like your side of the operation, okay? So like the universe is like working up here, you're working, and you've been doing like what you're supposed to be doing on your side, right? And so it's almost like this passionate conversation between like you and the universe. And again, this is fire energy. Okay, so this is all about creation. Again, fire comes up. Like, and I just love how like spirit works like that. Like fire comes up. We have this lightning energy. Okay, so it's all about like this like electric creation energy here. Okay, so you are literally in the process of like creating whatever you're trying to manifest, but the point is to allow it and not push it, okay, or not like try to force it. Okay, we also have here is the Queen of Hearts, which is the Queen of Cups. So very, this is the card of Scorpio. Okay, so it's like definitely being all in the emotions, all in the feels. Okay, and these Scorpio is intense. Scorpio is a very intense water sign. Okay, so there could be like a lot of like really excited and like passionate moments, and then there can be a lot of moments where it's like, maybe you're like crying your eyes out and you're purging. Okay, the point is like go with the flow, guys. Again, like just allow what's going to happen, allow it, because if you try to push it, it's going to resist. The other thing is that especially if there's like emotional like purging or something like that coming up, like because it means it's coming up out of the shadow to be healed, to be acknowledged with compassion, and to be healed. Okay, so even though it might be uncomfortable or very shadowy, or like you're uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Because it's uncomfortable sometimes to be in like certain feelings. There's things that we feel like oh, we're over it, or we got over that years ago. Sometimes there's like little tidbits or like little remnants that just kind of sneak up on you. And so like if they are coming up, greet them with compassion and allow them to like run their course. And trust me, the only way out of the fire is to go through, okay? The only way out is through. So just allow it to happen, and allow that, understand that this is a process, because like I said, death and rebirth is a process, okay? It's like I said, tower moments are very, very fast. But again, like I said, like once we get through, like once we're getting through this energy, okay, we do have a tower moment coming in, but this is going to be a breakthrough. Like it's not going to be anything that like wipes you out. It's going to be something that builds you up. Okay. But the process of death and rebirth it's a process, okay? It doesn't just happen overnight. So just understand that this may be a challenge um during this time, that like emotions that like may come up that you may have thought like were gone, or like you were over it or whatever, but just allow that to take place. And again, when I say like passionate conversations, this could be something to where like something may trigger this emotion in you or something like that. It could be like a conversation or a discussion you have with somebody who like brings up these things. And again, it's like I said, the 9 of Wands here is the sun, so there's definite like illumination coming in. But again, it might be something that you may have been like you may have been like working really really hard at. You're tired, you've put all this time and this energy in, and something might come that's illuminated to, maybe it might not be exactly. Oh, lucky you, Laura. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, I love deer. Like stags have literally come up for me in like the last like few days, like crazy. So that was the. Oh, I got to tell you guys this very, very quickly. Hold on, let me finish the sentence and then I got to tell you something really cool. So again, this could be something that you have been like working very hard for. You're tired, you're weary. Okay. But again, I feel like whatever you've been working for, something may be illuminated. Okay. And now, again, this is the energy of trying to not force things. So when this comes up under like what may be challenging us, something may be illuminated that may not have been part of your plan. Okay. Or like part of like what you wanted the end result to be or something like that. But trust that it's like for the highest good. Okay. So just like allow allow yourself to like take it in and like understand that this illumination might not be like what you wanted or what you pictured, but maybe it's better. Okay. So like that may be a challenge, because sometimes we really hold, we all do it. Like we hold like attachments to like what we want something to turn out like, or like what we want it to be, or what we pictured it to be. And when it doesn't look like that, we're like, oh, the universe is saying like, try to not do that. Okay. Like this may be something better. There may be, like I said, like a passionate conversation that like brings up emotions or feelings. It may not look how you want it to look, but trust that the sun literally brings in like, like the warmth, the goodness, the enlightenment, the illumination. Okay. It lights up all things. So it literally like and the next card is the Fool card. It's the new beginning. So, and I love in this card. So if you look at it this way, it looks like this beautiful little fox or whatever. And then if you look at it this way, it still looks like this beautiful little fox. So either way, it's going to be a new beginning that's going to be like full of like beautiful new energy. Okay. Beautiful new energy that is going to like lead you to like your purpose. Okay. Um, and so before I draw from another deck, Laura, I have to tell you this crazy story. Not just Laura, you as well. I don't know who else is there, but like, hello. Anyways, my brother, the last night I was there, well, the second last night in Arizona, we went up to Levine, Arizona. There's like a few mountains there, but we went to go stargazing. And so we walk up to this mountain. It's pitch black. We can hear coyotes and like owls. It was amazing. So cool. I literally come walking up the mountain and I saw like the energetic signature, or like, I don't know if I want to call it like a coyote ghost. It was so like, this energetic signature was so real. I literally got freaked out because it looked like a coyote trotting right towards me. And then I kind of like, as I started to get like, oh my gosh, like, that feeling in like my heart. And I like looked again and it just kind of like faded out like into the darkness. And I was like, holy shit. It was so cool. So, but it was definitely a message, you know what I mean? And I looked it up. Coyotes are meant to be like playful, um, don't take yourself or life too seriously, yada, yada, yada. But, I'll actually like, post that on like my, Facebook, my Goddess to Goodness Facebook page for more info. But stags have been coming up for me too. Like I did a few readings, like while I was there for myself, and like I don't know, it was really crazy. I got like the stag coming up in the card, and plus I had seen like pictures of like deer or stags. It was just really, really crazy. So you reminded me, I have to look that up, and get what the meaning is. For me, that's a very masculine type of energy. Because like a deer is usually very like gentle, but like a stag with the antlers and everything, like I feel like that is something like a little more. I feel like it's a very masculine energy. Anyways, I know. Oh, the other crazy thing is we're just about to leave, and I go to my brother. I'm like, Craig. I'm like, I go, what are those 3 stars? They were like stacked like this, like 1, 2, 3, like right over the mountain. And I'm like, they literally were not there before. And I'm always like, ooh, it's a UFO, because that's just me. I'm crazy, especially out in Arizona. So I'm like, Craig, look at that. And he's like, what the heck? So we stand there and we're watching it. We were literally like so honored. His birthday is today. He's a Scorpio, and my birthday is November 6th, and I'm a Scorpio. And we literally like got to watch Orion constellation, the constellation Orion, rise up over the mountaintop. It was like talk about something so surreal and like friggin' majestic. He's like, Kara, he's like, look at what the universe is giving us for our birthday. I'm like, I know. It was Orion's belt that I saw right above the mountain. And then like we just literally stood there and watched the entire constellation just like rise up from behind the mountain. Oh my God. I don't even know. It was crazy. It was so cool. Anyways, thank you for reminding me. But that is, yeah, like seriously a blessing. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. Like, it was really, really cool to be able to like be with my brother on his birthday. Well, his birthday's today, but I mean, we spent the week before, but it was really cool for both of us. It was like our birthday presents for both of us. So thank you though. I really appreciate that. You're the best. Okay. So Spirit, let me just ask here. What here is going to let me just clear up the spread. Spirit, what here is going to be supporting everybody during the Scorpio moon? What is going to support everybody? And this deck, guys, is really beautiful. It's called Dreams of Gaia. The artwork in here is like so stunning. Anyways, and the cards are really cool. They're like flexible, like they're big, but they're like really flexible. So I don't know. I really like that. So Spirit, what is going to be supporting everybody during the Scorpio new moon, please? Scorpio new moon supporting energies, okay? Supporting energies for Scorpio new moon. All right, so what do we have supporting here? Okay. They're telling me to cut. Okay, all right. 2 more cards, please, for supporting energies for Scorpio new moon. Whoa, that one flew out. We'll take it. Where'd it go? Oh my gosh. That one has like a ton of energy attached to it. Okay. So supporting energies for, wow. Oh my good, guys. Oh my goodness. There's so many cards here. Okay. So supporting energies, guys. Back to that new beginning. All right. We have abundance here. We have, oh my God. This is the card. Remember how I told you about the stag? Like it kept coming up for me. I did a read for myself with like several different decks, and in every deck, a stag popped up, like in one. So this is going to be so hard to see, but here is that stag. Like, oh, it, okay, you're barely going to see it. It's like meant to barely be seen, okay? But what I get from this card right here is, and he's like literally like the color of the sky, but like I noticed it and I was like, wow, holy shit. So, anyways, this depiction right here, what this reminds me of is like, okay, it's almost like how do I want to say it? It has several meanings to me. It's like the door to the universe. It's like the feminine energy of like something being like birthed, okay? Or like something being like, it's almost like something ready to be birthed. but it's like not, it's still like waiting in the wings there to come through the, like the canal, okay? So the way I think, like, what this represents to me is, it's like this universal like energy. So like, even though we may not see it physically yet, it's like here waiting in the wings, like ready to come through. Okay, we have the rabbit here, which is definitely representative of like fertility, also abundance, because when rabbits reproduce, they don't have like one, what do you call them, pups? No, I don't know. One baby. They have, several, more than several, okay, in a litter. So one bunny quickly turns into many bunnies, okay? So what is supporting you is this fresh new energy of the maiden, new beginnings, okay? And here she is. She's just like fresh. She's like brand new, you know what I mean? She's like, this is like fresh, brand new energy. We also have like the butterfly up here. Okay, so, and the flowers around her crown definitely is significant of being a, it's being like fresh in like your mind space and your spiritual space. It's about like a freshness and a crispness and a purity of coming through like a new like way of like thinking or a new way of being, okay? Um and then again, we have this Celtic knot here, okay? And see, the trail, she's coming from back here. So it's almost like she's already come through the birth canal, okay? That's just, it's like being birthed like into this fresh new energy, okay? She's like come through this canal, she's down this path, and back here waiting is like this almost invisible stag, but it's like energetic, okay? So for me, like, I really feel like that's a very masculine energy, but like that would be like it would be like the action of like bringing in the abundance or like bringing in something substantial. That's the message that I'm getting here. Okay. We also have here on this rock, which is representative to me, that represents like stability and foundations. Okay. Um, but instead of it being a three, like what do you call it? Like a three pointed Celtic knot, not three pointed, but like, it has like three spirals. Okay, which to me represents like you, your highest self in divinity, okay, or the universe, or however you want to look at that. To me, this represents, because it's four here, and then with like, I don't know if you could see it, like a three down here, and then we have like the three mushrooms here, and there's somewhere else. Oh, and then right over here, the three mushrooms here. So again, I had mentioned earlier about like an equal give and take between like you and the universe, like working together. I'm getting that same energy here. Okay, it's like same energy, different deck, but it's about this co-creation energy, the equal give and take between like you and the universe, or like you and your highest self, however however it's going to resonate for you. Okay, so the next cards that come up here is the counselor. Okay, and these cards are a little different. They have a couple extra cards in each of the suits, as well as their major arcana are like very, like, pretty different, but it's really, really cool. I love this deck. It took me a minute to like kind of like get the way it worked, but so glad. I love it. Um Anyways, though, this is the 12 of water. Okay. So with the counselor here, what I get, guys, is that there is definitely, again, it's like a unity with like okay, like that triple goddess energy, but it's about stepping in, using your intuition. Okay, because as Scorpio energy is going to dictate, it's going to ask you to not just go into your emotions, but to like allow your intuition to like come out. Okay, it's going to ask that you do like rely on your intuition and like listen to your intuition, because that's part of the state of flow. That is a huge part of manifesting, okay, is being in the state of flow, not resistance. Okay, when you are in the state of like pushing or forcing or trying to make something happen, spirit is asking you to be in the receptive energy, like the go with the flow energy, that feminine energy, and they're asking you to really be in the state of allowing things to flow in. Okay. And with the counselor card, I'm really heavily like getting that is like, this new moon is definitely asking you to like recognize your intuition and also recognize that state of like flow energy, like meaning things are going to flow how they have to. Okay. And they are eventually going to balance out to where it's an equal balance. Okay. But if emotions flow in, just like let them flow and then they'll go. You know what I mean? Don't try to like force or stop or push or, you know, uh, their spirit's asking that you don't let yourself fall into that where you like try to like force or push something to like go forward. Okay. Our next card here, guys, is love, and it's number 7. Or I'm sorry, 7. Geez, number 12 as well. Wow, really? 2 12s. How cool is that? So 2 12s right in a row. Again, this is balance. So this is about self-love, but it's also about like universal love. Okay. Understand that the universe loves you. Okay. Your highest self loves you. Whatever may come up for you now is like literally out of love, but like treat yourself with love. Okay. And understand that you're in a process of like very much healing here. And again, this transformation energy. Okay. She has this Celtic knot behind her that's like very, very intricate. So that's the whole point is like there's a bunch of uh like intricacies that you might not see right now, okay, that are like behind your back, like you don't know about like this interwoven process, or like you might not be recognizing that this is like literally like this huge process going on behind you, and it is going to come to fruition. Okay, but you have to have like that love in your heart, love for yourself, love for the divine, love for where you are right now, love for all the work that you've done. Okay. And this is really about like stepping into that energy again of like balance. Okay. And when I say balance, again, she is the moon here. All right. Which represents to me like the intuition. Okay. And the water here, it's about representing that state of flow. Even with the flower here, guys, you cannot force a flower to bloom before it's ready, right? So divine timing is another message that comes through on that for me. Okay, we have the sage. So the owl in the corner there, or on his hand there, represents wisdom. Knowledge is different than wisdom. Knowledge is information gained from something, but wisdom is like putting it into practice. Okay. So wisdom, like I said, wisdom and knowledge are different. Okay. The sage is all about knowledge. And this is a little different than the hermit. This is like, yes, you've gone within, you've gone through everything, you've had the experience. Yeah, you've gained the knowledge. But now it's about understanding that like the wisdom gained, okay, knowledge is one thing, but wisdom is actually like putting that knowledge into practice. And wisdom is what helps you in that rebirth process. Okay. um the wolf here, right here, is, to me, this is representative of, you may need to in some ways detach from like the pack. So meaning like, again, when I say the pack, I don't necessarily just mean like people, places, or things, but it could be like old behaviors or things that like you have, what I'm getting is like packed on over the years. So belief patterns, paradigms, perceptions. Okay, these are the things that like we are being like, it's time to like move away and go on your own away from some of those things that like are no longer like in your best interest or like in your highest good anymore. You know what I mean? It's about like the knowledge would be like, okay, this happened to me and yada yada yada. This is why I think this way, or this is why I see that way, or this is why. The wisdom is like, okay, I now see how going through that grew me, or helped me heal, or how it enlightened me. I now see why I had to go through that karmic lesson, because now I operate this way as opposed to, do you know what I mean? That's the difference between knowledge and wisdom. So spirit is very much asking you to like step into that, because again, yeah, okay, and again, like, we have the Celtic knot behind him very faintly in the background. He also has one, like a necklace on his neck there, and then interestingly, down here, we have a pile of books, so knowledge is gained, like I said, from information. Wisdom is gained through experience, okay, and understanding like why something had to happen, or like, wow, I totally, like, now that I look back, I totally understand like why I went through that, or like the lessons that it provided for me, and like blah blah blah, whatever. Okay. And I'm gonna read these last few cards here, and then I'm gonna pull a guidance. We're at an hour, so then I'm probably gonna close it down. But again, if you guys like this video, or if it resonated with you, please like, hit the bell if you'd like to get notifications regarding, when I post new things. And yeah, all of my information is down below in the description. If you guys want to purchase like the Pillars of Light Oracle deck or book a private reading, I do private readings as well. But all the information is down below. So I would love it though if you would, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe, but hit the bell if you want to be notified. And please like or comment or whatever, because it does help my videos to show up in like the YouTube feed. So I really appreciate your support, guys, and the energy behind it. Thank you. Anyways, the next one here is perception. Okay, so this is, for me, this is like a completion card. It has the number of the world card, and it's about like your perception shifting. It does have that world energy where it's like enlightenment. Like, again, we just talked about like, wow, I know why I went through such a thing. I know why this had to happen. I know it's about having that wisdom, but that is going to lead to your shift in perception. Okay. And it's about like seeing like the truth of things. Okay. And she's not on the defense. She's not all logical either. It's like she's literally holding the sword of truth here, and she's just holding it. She's not like defending anything. She's not like whatever. It just like is what it is. Like, my perception has changed. And it could be like, this could be in regards to a situation in your life where you're like, well, I might not like agree with that anymore, or I might not believe in that anymore, or yada, 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 whatever. But like, I understand the good in it. I understand the goodness that came from it. I understand the way that the strength that it brought out for me. I understand like why exactly like this had to happen the way it did. Okay. Um and yeah, like, even if you look here, it's like the only color on her is this mask that she's wearing, and then I don't know if you can see it. The mask is like, it looks like an eagle almost. But then in the center of her forehead is her third eye is completely open. So again, it's like, I totally completely understand like why like things had to go the way they needed to go. I understand like why I had to like go through that experience, and I also understand like how what I've gained from it is like helping me in my life now, and how it will help me in the future. Okay. And it's about having that perception, because it's a shift in perception. Because before it might have been like, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Like, like, this is shitty. Like, why did I have to go through this? But part of this is literally like, no, I totally get it. And like, I'm actually grateful. Even though it was a shitty experience, the wisdom gained from it made me a better person, or a better version of myself. And that's what spirit is saying to you at this time, is that this is one of the things that's going to be supporting you. The wisdom you have is literally going to be like supporting you during the Scorpio new moon. Okay, the next card we have here is the Two of Fire. So again, oh my goodness. Wait, didn't we just get this? Yeah, it's the same energy, guys. So again, it's about like co-creating. This could be like with a partner. This could be with a friend, a business partner. This could be, like I said, like a passionate discussion or conversation. This could be like you and the universe. It could be a partnership between you and your highest self. But this card came up again. So that energy is very, 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 very strong. All right. This could be you co-creating with the universe, like literally manifesting like bringing in exactly what you wanted to bring in. Okay. And then just, I'm throwing this out there, guys, because I'm being guided to with this card right here. I'm definitely getting that there is a healing. Plus, okay, if this is not the color of like phoenix, like a phoenix bird, I don't know what is. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to mention. Second thing is your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. I feel like those two chakras are either like opening up, they are going through healing. But I feel like this Scorpio new moon energy is literally going to bring about like an opening of those two areas in your chakra system. Oh my gosh. And if this doesn't, what did I said this in like the very first, like, hold on. Intuition is what comes up, guys. And I don't know where I said that. I don't know what card it was, but I talked about using your intuition. Okay. So again, this card comes up and this is a 22 energy. Okay. Because this is like the end all be all. And I had said it earlier. I don't know with what card, but I had said it earlier, like in regards to like listening to your intuition. Okay. And like that state of flow. Oh, I said it with this one. It's that Queen of Cups energy. She's very intuitive. She's very in the field. She's very like Scorpio energy. Okay. Like this is water. All right. So part of that water energy is allowing the flow in the creation. You see the spider in the web down here? Okay. It's about creating from that sense of intuition because, again, with the intuition, you also have wisdom, right? This is what's supporting you guys. Things that this is also a representative of here's your intuition. This is your wisdom. Okay. The owl is wisdom. This is your intuition. But see how like there's this like ancient language around the back of this circle right here. All right. It's about there's no end and no beginning. So your wisdom and your intuition are like completely intertwined, okay? Because it is this ancient language. This is like coming from like the language of like the universe, of like the language that your soul speaks. Like, let's put it that way. Our souls don't speak English or Hindi or Japanese, although they might, but they speak their own language. It's their own universal language of light, like whatever that is, okay? But this is like ancient language, okay? That like it's like the language of your soul, of your ancient soul, okay? And here it's bringing things that are in the shadows, it's bringing it into the light, okay? But it's like about going full circle, all right? And so this is the energy that is supporting you. This is so beautiful. I love this card. Oh, and I love this. If you look, I don't know if you can see it. She has like the universe in the palm of her hand. All right, guys. I love this. All right, I'm going to pull a couple guidance cards for you, and then we're going to close out, okay? I really love you guys so much for joining me. I hope this helped. That's what I do this for, is like hopefully it helps. Oh my gosh, Laura, you're just so awesome. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for like all of this beautiful energy. I like literally just thank you. Like, thank you for sharing this with me. Like, I'm so glad that you're here. And like I said, I hope that helps. Like that's my mission is like, hopefully like this gives insight or some kind of, guidance, like through times that can seem a little, okay. So, oh my goodness, I love this. So we have number 22, Mother Earth. Okay. And again, this is about like balance. Okay. That came out like as one of the very first cards, but it's about like I said, things are going to balance out. And the other thing with like Mother Earth is I've always said this. So I have two messages here. It's very hard to see, but it's like a woman who's holding like the earth in her hands. So again, it's about having the world in your hands. This energy is going to literally bring in that feeling where you feel like it's in the palm of your hands. It's going to bring in balance. The other thing I want to mention about this is like, I've said this for years, but like our Mother Gaia, the earth, literally our bodies even have this. Okay. So we have this amazing quality about we and Mother Earth, so does the universe, okay? Everything. And it's that state of balance. It's that ebb and that flow, the masculine and the feminine energy. But our bodies, the earth, the universe has a way of bringing everything back to homeostasis, okay? Even the cells in our bodies. Like, we could have a malfunction in like a cell in our body, and like we'll never even know about it because our body is constantly trying to balance itself and come into homeostasis. So like you could have a cell that like, I don't know, just like, I don't know, malfunctions or something. And so like your body will like do everything within its power. That's what your T cells are for. It'll do everything within its power in order to bring your body back into alignment or like homeostasis. Okay. When we're out of alignment, that's when disease happens. But it's actually, if you think about it as dis-ease, okay, it's like your body is no longer in that state of ease, right? So same with the earth. The earth will do the same thing. Like it will always try to like correct and bring itself back into that natural balance. So that's what also this is guiding you to do, is that when you feel, if you feel like there's a time where you're unbalanced or you're pushing too hard, or you're maybe not pushing at all, okay, because you don't want to be there either. You want to be like somewhere in the middle, but you do want to like be in the state of flow where you use your intuition. If it feels right, do it. Sometimes our mind tricks us into pushing in areas where we're not supposed to. So it's really about like listening to the inner voice and like your highest soul self, okay? And it's about like softening, connecting with that higher voice. So like meditation, 100%. The point of meditation is not to keep your mind quiet, it's to let the thoughts flow in and then flow out. Like picture it like you're sitting in front of like a creek or a stream and you like watch a feather or a leaf like on the water. It comes like into your focus, you acknowledge it, you're like, oh wow, pretty feather. And then like there it goes. That's the point of meditation. So like you want to do things that are going to bring you back into that homeostasis, okay? If you are feeling like too emotional or too, because remember, scorpionic energy is all about intensity. It's all about extremes, okay? So if you feel like you're out of balance, you want to like meditate to kind of center yourself back into balance. Celestial teacher. So, and 7 is a number of the divine. But again, this is literally a time where the universe is like showing you what serves you, what doesn't, what has been for your highest good, and what isn't for your highest good. Okay. It's also going to show you things about yourself that you maybe didn't know were there. All right. And like, hidden gifts that maybe you didn't put much stock into, you know what I mean? But it might like actually show you like, no, like you're meant for this. Okay. And it's all about your intuition. Okay. The next one comes up, 25 reduces to 7 as well. Patience. Patience doesn't mean like just sit around and be patient. What they're asking is like, understand that there is divine timing, have confidence that you're right where you're supposed to be, and have confidence that everything will come to you when it's like meant to come to you, like when you can accept it and like at the best, okay, when it's going to serve you for your highest good, because if it came any sooner or came any later, it wouldn't be to your highest good and it wouldn't stick. So it's going to come to you. The things you're manifesting are going to come to you in divine timing, okay? And when they're meant to, and when they're going to make the most impact for you. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys like literally more than anything. Laura, give your friend my light and my love and wish her luck on her new place. What a sweetheart you are for helping her. And thank you so much, guys, for the like. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, hit the bell if you do want to be notified. Um, I'm going to try to be a little more whatchamacallit, a little more consistent with like uploading things and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, so all the information is down below. I thank you guys so much, and all my love and light to you guys. All right. Oh, and do check out my Facebook. Goddess to Goodness page, because I will post those pictures of Bell Rock and Sedona if you guys want to like save the pictures and like have them on your phone, because like I said, they do still carry that energy. So thank you so much, guys. Love you. Enjoy your day. Bye.